Good morning, everybody. This is Max Farrow. Today is the 30th of May, 2018. This is DexTrader.com, and this is Trading Live with Max. All right, folks, so today is a off day for me because normally I look on Sunday nights and I look through the news from our friends over at investing.com, and I look for the entire week, okay? And I pick the days that I'm going to trade because I don't like trading during the news times, especially when there's a lot of news. Like today, there is a tremendous amount of news perpetrating the session that I have between 8 and 3 o'clock this afternoon. So I know that with this much news, I'm probably not going to be happy waiting around for something that doesn't have news. But I was told by a couple of our really astute members that you could still get into trades trading the news, and there's still some good stuff that happens. Is it a little bit more volatile? Yes, but are the trades really good? And because I've always been under the infliction, especially in intraday, something in a smaller realm of not trading the news because there's a wild effect to them. But with the dailies, they say that they're very powerful still during the news time. So we're going to put that to the test. So you're going to see me trade them, but I'm going to be using my demo account over at Nadex, okay? Because I'm not stupid. I don't have money just to throw around, okay? 8:15, this is the session here. It's morning session. 8:15, signal came out, Great Britain pound USD. We're going to do the same models we do with everything. We're going to try to take over the world here. All right, so let's get going. Great Britain pound USD, 32.60 on the buy for the 11 o'clock expiry. So I'm going to go to binaries. Great Britain pound USD, 11 a.m. 32.60 on the buy. Looks like there's nothing there, but what I'm going to do is do my normal thing here. Put my $30 profit margin I want to make, hit the close, and call it done. So that's the British gold pound. Now, again, normally I would normally check the news. I would look at the success rate, since it does have a little bit of a lower one. I'm going to isolate that. Kind of look, yeah, it does have a couple of losses in its priority. It doesn't look like it's any of the time periods that I'm in. That helps as well. I narrowed down that narrative. If this had other ones with it, I probably wouldn't take this. If another one comes on at 8:30, I will probably look at taking this one off. Okay, but I'm going ahead and putting it on just to kind of see where we're at. But that would be a variable for me to say, if I was trading news, which ones am I going to trade? I'm going to trade the highest success rates. Okay, so I'm going to pause the video, wait until 8:30 because our signals come out for the 11 o'clock, the 11 a.m. expiry. They come out at 8:15, 8:30, 8:45, and 9 o'clock. And what I do is that anything after this, I don't really look at. I may today because I'm looking at things today that I normally wouldn't look at. Like I'm trading the news today. Go figure, right? So we're going to see how well this will work out for us today. And if so, I'm going to keep doing this test even on news days. And I'm going to put this in a special priority for you guys to watch these videos to see how well it works out. If it does work out, then guess what? Whew, we just opened up the door to a lot more trading availability. Okay, I'll see you in a few minutes. All right, so we're back here. It's 8:30. It's USD CAD, has a lower success rate than the British gold pound USD, but you know what? I'm here about testing today, okay, to see what I can get into and see what this looks like. All right, so the USD CAD, 30.20 on the sell. Okay, so this is a good news as well because look, it's got the opposite effect because USD CAD batch. Okay, so I'm feeling good about this. So USD CAD, 11 a.m. We're going to pull 30, was it 30.20? It's 30.20. Yep, on the sell, 30.20 on the sell. It does have some money on it, but not a lot. So, but I'm looking for that $30. Okay, I'm not getting in for anything less than 30 bucks because I want that $28, right? That's how my numbers work out so well. So All right, well, that's basically it. I don't even really see. This is what I love about the dailies, is that I don't have to do a lot of computing and figure out how I won before, if I won, and how many times I won. I simply just come here and do that. And spreadsheet does the work. If I want to know how well a particular daily does, I can come down here, click on a DPC, and see the different time frames, know what, over the last week, as we're sitting at 100%, over the last month, 95.3. Okay, lifetime, 95.2. So on the norm, it's going to resonate sometimes for quite a few trades. Okay, if I want, listen, these trades close about 30% of the time. If in the last week I tried to trade that 21 times, I wouldn't be able to. I wouldn't be able to trade all the sessions. Okay, but it would still be 100% for about 1/3 of that. So if I close 1 or 2 trades a week off the USD/CAD, I'm winning 95% of them. In this case, I'm winning 100%. But in the overall value, I'm winning about 95%. So that's about 2 or 3 trades a week. And that's for every single pair. You do the math. It can be done. All right. So I'll be back in just a few minutes. We're going to check the 8:45 time. We're going to come back and see also if any of these close in, if the news does get us to. Now remember, this is not about trying to make the world today. Okay, this is about just checking to see if trading during the news with the dailies will work. Okay, and if they do work today, it doesn't mean they'll always work. So I'm going to do this series over the next couple of weeks, and you'll see me coming in and trading the news. Today's a news day, or you'll see a live day. You'll see that I have a demo account on. I don't have my actual account on, which I usually do. They kind of come in here and trade. So we're going to see how this works out. I'm Max. This is Dex. We'll see you in a few seconds. All right. So the 8:45 signals have come and gone. There's none that came out. So we're going to wait for the 9 o'clock. Be back in just a second. All right, looks like we had another one fire off at the 9:15 area. Now, normally I don't get the ones after 9 o'clock, but you know what? I normally don't trade the news either. So we're going to go ahead and do this. Euro Great Britain pound sell on 87.60. I'm going to pop over to my demo account. We're going to hit the Euro Great Britain pound, 11 a.m. And that one's 87.60 on the sell, 87.60 on the sell. I'm going to pop in here. We're going to do $30, and we're going to place our order. Now, again, that's 3 working orders. Now, I've done 3 working orders before on a live account, and they've all filled. I don't think I've ever had a problem with putting this many working orders on, but normally I wouldn't suggest having too many working orders. This would be sort of the max. But you know what? Because it's a demo account, and I want to see the type of pairs that are going to do well in this. And it's going to be a continuing series. I'll end up putting more on if more come out. But if more don't come out, then I'm happy with what I have. All right, so I'll see at the end if it fills. If it doesn't, it'll be another episode of trading with Max. All right, everybody. It looks like we got one picked up for the USD/CAD. Sitting at the 30-20 area. Now, we still have a lot of news and a lot of other stuff to come into play here. No other trades have come up at this particular point. We'll look at the 9:45 time. I'm refreshing the screen here just to make sure, yep, nothing else has come up. Normally, you have 4 or 5 trades in or 4 or 5 signals come out at this time, but the news is fluctuating the process a little bit. So I'm okay with that. Sometimes the news will affect it adversely and push them in and out of trades that they should or shouldn't be in. We just don't know what that is yet. But sitting right now at 30.20 on the sell, we're looking pretty good. We got about an hour and 9 minutes left. This could be an easy win for us. So there might be something to be said for this. Now remember, I got into these trades in a news pack, so I'm not trying to trade the news. Normally, I sort of avoid the news like the plague. But I'm being told that the daily signals, when done at the regular time, at just the regular number, do very well, getting picked up and winning during these times. So, guess what? I decided to do this little video for you guys to see if we can show what it looks like over the next, say, week or so. All right, so you'll see these just about every day coming out, a little bit here and there. I'm going to try to keep them short and not try to talk on too long. So I'll be back at the end time now. Now that we've gotten one picked up, I'm going to leave the others on as well, just in case. If we get picked up on 2 or 3 trades, this should be something really good. So we'll see what happens. I'm Max, this is Dex. Oh, one of the things, since I got picked up on the USD/CAD, I normally would get off of this other USDC or this British oil pound USD because it's in the opposite. So if one were to fail, they probably both are going to fail. So I normally would do that. So that's something I don't want to sort of pull away from. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, delete that reminder on that one, just because I know that it's not something I want to see get picked up or not get picked up. But again, I don't know what I don't know. So what I'm going to do is go back into that one and then redo it, because I got to tell you, 32.60 on the buy, or $70 right there. Do that. I'm going to put that back on there because I'm here to test the signals, and I'm going to do that. So if it does lose, it would be for that reason. All right, I'm Max. This is Dex. We'll see you next time. Okay, so as we know, I'm trading the news. I normally don't trade the news. I'm practicing trading the news after years of experience trading not the news, to see if I can get more of an exposure rate to my system and to the daily signals. So far, I'm liking it. Design here on USDC AD is that it plummeted. I mean plummeted. So it followed the active trend, or the active signal, but it went against the overall trend, exhausting out here and went against the trend. But let me tell you, there was some significant signal information there that was really powerful. I mean, if you look at it, the USDC AD came out at 8:30, way before the timing of this 10 o'clock news, and it depicted the trend value of that direction. Now, it didn't take in consideration the news. It just considered the market value or the price action of the pair. So it seemed that it had a little bit of a diversity, and it got in. Now, was it a fluke? We don't know. Let's just keep moving on and keep practicing and seeing if the trading the news will work. So what I'm going to do is on the days that news are trading, I'm going to trade in demo for the next week. The days that there's no news trading, I'm going to trade in live. And so that way you can kind of see the differences, just a little bit of the practice. And so far, I like what I see on that movement. So we also have at the end of the week, the NFP coming up too. So that'll be another big one. So I'll come back in just for a real quick update at the end, and we'll call this day successful so far. Well, falafels. I wasn't able to get through getting it recorded at the very, very end of it, but it did go through. Everything went just fine. The USDC AD passed with flying colors. I'm pulling up the transaction history here right now, and it's not finished processing yet. So give me a second here. Let me see if I can just refresh the screen. Maybe that will do the job. Count. I mean, it's literally 11:01, and it has not. Let me see, history, transactions, view history. Nope, still hasn't passed yet. But I can guarantee it did go through. It did win. The USDC AD is still way. Let me just pull back up here real quick. Let's do 3 p.m. You can see it's 28.80. We got it for 20 or 30.20. So over 140 pips in the win of direction. Let's look at our USDC AD, 143 pips to be exact. We did pretty good. There was a couple other ones that were going to get close, but we never got into the other ones, and I think mostly because of news. So I'm going to keep trading this news process. Like I said before, I'm going to trade it on a factor of that in basically every single session that I'm going to trade on, in the morning, in the afternoon, and in late evening, from 8 to 11 session, I am going to trade whether it's news or no news, and we're going to see what happens. And if I see a good positive ROI so far, really, really good, got in for that $28, $30. I could even got the out of the monies at that point too. At a point when it really started to drift, I could have done a lot better on getting some more on there. Again, the percentage rate is there even with the news involved. So if it does get in, you still got a 95% chance of winning. Huge, huge. So I'm Max. This is Dex. I appreciate you working with us. And if you have any questions, buy in, check us out. We'll see you soon. And as always, trade well.